Good
Good
morning.
morning. Hi, Erin. How are you?
Good.
I saw you yesterday. I was going to say, how's your weekend? But we already talked about that. I
Life is
haven't
good.
weighed in. Yeah, our topic today is actually really good because it's like reframing, not problems, but like if something comes up, reframing bad days. And I'm not having a bad day, but I woke up and I don't have water, so I can't make coffee. But I was like, I'll just make it when I get to work, not a big deal. And totally having the worst period of my life. I am so drained.
No.
Yes, but it again, it happens. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get through it. So I'm recording from bed. Fred's dog sitting, so he's actually sleeping with Milo on the couch.
Oh,
And so I like had the whole bed, and my stomach is wrecked. But how's your oh, and our mic? We're having issues again with hearing, like the sound. So it's gonna be a good Monday. Never skip a Monday. How's how's your morning so far?
uneventful. Uneventful. I was just chilling, looking up some stuff before I started with you, but I didn't know that we were going to have technical issues. Here we go again.
Yay! Like
On
6 months. Are
par.
we 6 months in? When did we start? August?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow, almost 6 months. And it happens, you know. What like is there anything that you do like when you're reframing a bad day or that you kind of put in your mind or stuff that you currently do?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, if like I feel like all the things are not going the way I planned it, it makes me, instead of saying, I used to when I was little, I used to be like, why does this always have to happen to me? I now, as I've matured and I got older, and I know that this happens so much more frequently than I expected. Um, I just pause and I'm like, okay, today's the day that I'm learning patience. Today's the day that I'm learning something because I firmly believe if you ask for something, like if you pray for, I don't know, something big to happen to you, right? It doesn't just get gifted to you. You have to kind of like go through certain emotions to get there. And so, when I am up for like, if I'm really pushing hard for a big change, I tend to have a lot of these type of days where everything just seems to go wrong or times are off or I forget something and then I'm running late. That's just what happens when I'm asking. It's usually when I'm asking for something big to change and I'm praying for it so much and I'm like, oh, I really want this to happen. It's almost like the universe is testing you to say, okay, well, would you be able to handle it? Let's see if you can handle this. And I always feel like in those moments where like I taught this to Autumn when she was really young. Like I remember we were driving to school and we hit like we were already running late and we hit every red light and she was just like so pissed off and why does this always have to happen? I'm like, the universe is teaching us patience. The universe
Mm-hmm.
is telling us to slow down. When you hit every red light and you're already running late and all you want to do is speed, it's telling you, you know what? It's not worth it. Just slow down. And so I take that really, I do. I take that as a sign from the universe, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, it's going to be one of those days to teach me patience.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the day that
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just really focus on, hey, it's funny that that just happened because that's on par for how this day is going and I'm just going to accept it because I also know tomorrow when I wake up it's going to be a whole new reset.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
What do
Let's
you
see.
do?
What are
Does
some?
it, when you start feeling like, oh, things are like, let's say this morning,
Yeah,
does your brain already go like, oh, it's just going to be one of those days? Like, how do you do it?
yeah. You know what? Well, when I walked downstairs and then I saw the little red light blinking, I was like, damn. All right, well, what else can I do down here really quick before I go upstairs and start recording? So I just
Mm-hmm,
honestly like
mm-hmm,
washed the
mm-hmm,
dishes that were in the sink.
mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna set up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set up in bed. Yeah, I'm just gonna honestly take it like I I before probably would get stressed. Just more like, man, we don't have water. And then I would just like be annoyed. But I think since really starting like the podcast I'll just be like, all right, well, I mean, I have coffee at work. And then I'll just ask Fred, can you pick up water later? And yeah, I mean, honestly, it is what it is. That is like first world
Yeah,
problems.
there's nothing you can do about
Seriously.
it.
It's just not, yeah. And it really should not ruin my day over that. Not a big deal. And if I don't want coffee at work, I just drive through and I grab a cup of coffee. Not a big deal. Everything will work out. Um, but I did with reframing bad days, like work wise. Now I have like my workout that I will do, but the last week I did not at all like get my workouts in. And I noticed that if I didn't take that beat, like that time, it would get worse. Like I would
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
more stress and it would build up and it just would a snowball, like a snowball effect,
Yes.
because that would roll into the next day.
Mhm.
Like that's when I would be like, "Aaron, I'm so tired. You know, can we skip recording?" Like
Mhm.
it started just moving on and it would just go to the next day instead
Mhm.
of like stopping it then and there
Mhm.
and reframing my mind
Mhm.
and just shifting gears.
Mhm.
It'll consume you slowly if you
And
let it.
it'll at least pause whatever that is and let you just like transition into the next thing easily. So I will do that if I feel like I'm like getting really stressed out. I do this before my period. Sometimes I'm like, why am I getting so edgy? Why do I feel, and I know not to like project it on anybody, but I'm just like, I could feel it. And that's when I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm going to go take the dogs for a walk real quick. And I want to put on some music. It's either music or a good podcast that will snap me out of it, or a phone
Mhm.
call with a family member. But even then, sometimes it's like, I even feel stressed out after that, you know? So I just need to be alone. I need to take myself out of the situation. I need to go for a walk. Walking by the beach is like so I'm thankful that I live in this town, but it's that is my like escape from everything, and it just calms down. Even if I just sit in my car, breathe in the air, sit outside for a little bit, and it really does reset your balance and your stress levels. Everything just kind of goes a little bit easier, and you just don't focus on those things. Because I feel like if you're
Yeah.
like adding it up all day, oh my God, and then that happened, and then this happened, and then this
Mhm.
happened, it's easy to get into this victimized mindset of like everything's happening to me. The world doesn't want me to proceed. But I almost take it the opposite. I always think like, oh, okay, a big change is about to happen and it's teaching me a lesson. I need to learn how to get through these pivots without taking it out on people, without projecting my emotions outward, you know? Because if you do want to take on more than life, like you can't just like freak out all the time. That's not how life
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. I mean, our meditation, the view alone, even if I just sat in that park and
Yeah.
looked at the ocean, the weather was perfect. Yeah, even that was just relaxing, de-stress, and the environment like that we set ourselves up in, you can feel a
Even
shift. And
honestly, even
yeah.
on stormy days, I'll take the kids down there. We sit in the car and we just watch the waves just go ape shit. But it's just like, just, and it's not, we're not the only ones down there. Like, clearly everybody does
Mhm.
this. Like, every time you go to the beach, there's a million people just sitting there doing the same thing. And I know what they're all
Yeah.
doing. We're all just taking a break from life. We're all saying thank you for allowing us to live in this beautiful town, you know, or
Mhm.
even just visiting the town. Like it's worth it on a rainy day. It's worth it on a sunny day. But even if there's mountains that you like to go to, or like there's so much beautiful land to be seen, and nature will do that. Nature will humble you. It'll let you like dumb it down to right here, right now, and it'll take your mind off of it.
Yeah. What about Aaron, like health wise, wellness wise? Like if there's a goal that you're setting or um somewhere that you want to go, or like when you were talking about running again,
Hmm. Hmm.
reframing your mindset on Well, yeah, I ran marathons, but this is like I'm getting back in the rhythm. Or would you find yourself getting frustrated, like that you're not just instantly back to running how you
No.
used to?
I
Okay,
don't.
that's
I
good.
start from a beginner status every time. If I'm trying something new
Oh,
again
wow.
or putting it back into my routine, I'm coming from a
Mm-hmm.
beginner's mindset always. Because if you that would stress me out. If I expected, I don't expect
Yeah.
anything. I never do. And I
Wow.
forgive
Okay,
my
I'm
body
opposite.
every day I get older. I'm like, my body
Yeah.
hurts. So I'm very forgiving on my body. I'm very forgiving, but I just know how much, okay, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, I got to get a workout in. Okay. I,
Mm-hmm.
if I go to like, oh, but it's going to hurt and this is going to happen, my brain goes past that point. You have to do this. And I listen to a podcast or a video, and I listened to athletes. It was about training for the Olympics, and the athletes didn't focus on the training. They did a mental like walkthrough of how it feels
Mm-hmm.
when you win. So it everybody hates the training part. Every athlete hates the training part. Every professional anything hates that part. Everybody hates the actual like pain that you have to go through to get there. But if you can focus on how it feels afterwards, or how you're going to
Mm-hmm.
feel after the workout, how relaxed you're going to feel after your run, that's what I focus on. That's what gets me to the gym. That's what gets me. I never look at like, oh, it's going to hurt. And then this is going to happen. And, oh, it's just going to take so much time, whatever. I don't even look at that. I just go to, do you know how much joy it's going to bring me when I'm done with that? Do you know how much joy it's going to bring me that I like accomplished a goal today?
Yeah.
And you have to do that with running, because running sucks and it hurts, and everything on your body will remind you of how much you shouldn't do it. So if you could just get to the point of like how I'm going to feel in the car when I'm done, how I'm going to feel when I get home and have my protein shake, focus on the aftermath, and then it gets you
Mm-hmm.
there. Like you're like, oh, I love that feeling, but I love feeling like I worked out and sweat and did something good. that's
Yeah.
that's what I
Well,
look at.
that's good advice because I absolutely do not do that. I'm opposite. Like when you would invite 100%. Yeah, like when you invited me to Pilates, I'm thinking, oh, hell no. Like, I'm gonna freaking bend my body. I'm gonna fall off the platform. Like my mind goes to that workout itself and how,
Much it
yeah,
sucks.
exactly, total opposite. But if anybody out there like me can shift to or
Yeah,
start,
you
at
got to go
least
to the
take baby
furthest.
steps,
Yeah, further
yeah,
than that.
baby steps into. And then also that's when you think like find a workout that you like, something that you
Hmm.
enjoy. And I guarantee you, like when I used to have LA Fitness and my sister-in-law and I would do Zumba. I freaking love Zumba. Like that
So
is
fun.
so fun. We would be in there, it'd be packed, like everybody vibing, like, and I wouldn't think, oh man, I'm gonna go to the gym. I don't want to.
Exactly.
It was, we were like, which
The
class? We
joy
had our
that's in it.
instructors
Yeah.
that, so I guess it's for me, it probably is, Pilates, that was my first time. You introduced me to it. So that was more like the unknown and like, oh no, I'm not gonna like it. I'm good. But that's my mind will go to, oh no, 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 first. Instead of, you know what, yeah, let me try it. And then after I'm probably gonna be all stretched out.
Well, I
Uh,
will challenge you to any workout that you try,
mm-hmm.
focus on how you feel afterwards. And
Yeah.
just, and because I'll ask you, remember when we went, I would ask you afterwards, like, don't you feel so good afterwards? And you're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Yeah.
Starbucks. But
Yes.
it's, you gotta hold on to that feeling after you walk out of a
Mm-hmm.
gym, or after you do your workout, after you do your walk, whatever it is that you do. The feeling you get afterwards, that's what you sit in. That's where you stay. And then you say,
Mm-hmm.
that was worth it. That was worth that
Mm-hmm.
that stretch of whatever I had. And I know you focus more on the time that it takes. Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
so much time. And I'm like, it's actually not.
How,
If you
yeah.
think about how quickly you can listen to a podcast, or how quickly I
Right.
noticed that. Well, especially I like the gym that I'm going to. I had to try a bunch though. So I do
Mm-hmm.
like what you
Yeah.
said. Try what works. This one has so many stations, and you're moving from station to station so fast that um, the stations only last for 30 or 40 seconds. So it's not like the stations take
Yeah.
long, but you're doing so many different things that 45 minutes goes by so quickly. You're like, oh, I'm done. Like I don't even have time to think about
Yeah.
how much time are we being there, you know? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, if you can find something that you enjoy and it doesn't hurt that bad, you know, I mean, everybody hurts. That's one thing that I have to remind people that don't work out. My body hurts every single day. But again, I always
Mm-hmm.
think about further along when I hear some of my clients that have never worked out in their life, or I look at my dad. He used to be an avid runner when he was young and he's just like broken everywhere. My husband doesn't work out. So when I look at them, they're constantly in pain too. And I'm like, okay, well, if all of us are just going to be in pain every day, I would prefer to
Yeah.
like work my muscles out. So when I do get older, it's not such a
Mm-hmm.
harsh feeling, you know? I'm like, I
Yeah.
would rather feel pain because I worked out than not.
Right. Yeah. No,
But
true. That's
don't
true.
think anybody that works out does not feel sore the next day. Every
Right.
single person.
Yeah. No matter what level you're at, no matter
Doesn't
what
matter.
level. What
Doesn't get
about
any
like,
easier. And getting there
yeah.
to show up does not get any easier for any pro athlete. Everybody has to go through
Right.
this mental thing to get there. Every single person does. It is a decision that you have to make every single day. Am I going to go push my body beyond its max? That's why I liked running so much. You get to push yourself in a way that no real other workout does. I mean, I'm sure there are. I haven't tried them all, but it physically and mentally drains you to a point where you're like, I basically survived. And that's a good feeling.
What about food wise? You eat healthy. Like you I know you read, the books and podcasts and you're getting the nutrients that your body needs. So for me, I'm switching that my mind too because I didn't. I would just eat like, oh, fast food or
Hmm.
what am I
Hmm.
craving? Like I would really give into cravings, but I notice now when I do, instantly my body's kind of like, oh no, 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 it didn't like that.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
now that I'm eating more
Because
on
you've
the
trained it.
healthier
Yeah.
side. But what about like, so when you do eat bad, well, you rarely do, huh? Like you really, like even if you go to fast food, you make
Yeah.
like
I'll still make a
healthier.
good decision.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't like
Everybody
the way that
follow Erin.
feels.
Are you following her?
No,
Yeah,
I just don't
yes.
like the way
That's what
that
I'm finding
feels.
out. Yeah, that's what I'm finding
If I
out.
have control over it, I don't want to
Yeah.
feel shame. I don't want to feel guilty. I don't like the way that plays in my mind and where it sits back there. It takes up space that I don't like when I can control it.
Yeah.
I
And
have
we're
other
very
stresses that
lucky.
I need to focus on that are like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is going to be like, this will sink us or not, you know? That I would rather focus on than have to focus on like
Yeah.
something poor. Like, and if I do eat bad, like if I have a burger, it's funny. I'll take a bite of the burger and then I'll be like, okay, I need to take at least a bun off if I'm going to eat this bad.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
so
But
then I'll strip it down just to the meat and then I'm like, okay, I don't feel as bad.
and you know what? We're very lucky that we're able to choose and pick what we're going to
I
eat.
know.
Um and so why not reframe our mind to be like, then let's consume what's healthy for us and that will
Yes.
help us live a longer life.
If you can even
Yeah.
just dumb it down to like, is this going to stress me out afterwards or is this going to make me feel
Mhm.
better? Because
Mhm.
like we send each other these memes that's like after you eat a salad and then you like squeeze
Yeah.
through something, right? when
Yes.
but it's true, like you feel proud of
Right.
yourself, like I made a
Right.
good decision today. So it's like
Yep.
put yourself in a situation where you're feeling a bunch of wins in your day versus
Yeah.
damn, I keep feeling shitty about myself, damn, I made a bad
Right.
decision, damn, like you just get in this like mindset of like I don't love that. I actually really don't like feeling bad about myself all the time. I love
Mhm.
feeling great and I like feeling like I
Yep.
made a good decision today.
Yeah.
And I would actually rather skip a meal than eat bad. Like I would rather just like starve it out, you know? Because that was my problem was I wasn't prepping before and now I meal
Mhm.
prep, but I wasn't prepping before and I was not eating because I didn't want to make bad decisions and feel bad. So I was starving myself basically to say like, oh, at least I didn't eat bad today. But I'm like, my body
Yeah.
still needs nutrients. I'm like not
Right.
eating enough, you know? So yeah,
Wow.
I had to reframe my brain for that though.
Yeah, there's so much in life just by reframing like your point of view or what you how you know like how you're viewing it
Yes.
can change just
Every
how you
day you have
feel.
choices to make. I would rather
Yeah.
make 90% good choices.
And we're so lucky we get to make choices in our day.
Agreed. Imagine what our ancestors did just to give us these opportunities. You know, it's like they were starving to death and trying to hunt and
Yeah.
kill, like just to put food on them, just to keep the kids alive. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's insane. What's another thing where reframing can totally put a spin on things? We did food, we did, like our workouts,
Mm
work-wise.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Um, I mean, I'm just thinking, just anything, how you choose to wake up in the morning. I'd love your never skip a Monday, you know, how before it'd be like, oh, the Monday blues. Like that's, everybody would just say,
I love a
it's
Monday.
Monday. It's
I think Mondays
Monday.
are
I
my
don't know.
favorite day out of the whole week.
Yeah.
That's
And
my
it's
reset
just
day.
even
Like,
just,
okay, let's see.
yeah,
Let's see what we could do this week. Like, if I'm gifted the opportunity to wake up on a Monday, like I'm going for it. This is big.
yeah,
Yeah, this is big. I made it another
yes.
week. We're going.
I love that. Like that you
Yeah.
totally even change my view because before on Sunday, like evening, it'd be like, oh man, Monday tomorrow. But now I'm just like, all right, it's Monday. And even this morning, like I can't believe I was like, oh, no water. All right, that's fine. I'll have coffee at work. All right, well, what, like just you keep it pushing because the day is still going to happen. And
Oh,
how are you going to
absolutely.
take on the day? How are you going to do it? Are you going to make it a shitty day or are you just it's going to be a good day. You're going to get through it and guess what? Yeah, make the best out of it.
That's the
Cuz
thing is
yeah.
like we have 24 hours every day to
Mhm.
either do happy things and that bring you joy or I mean, and yeah, you do have to work. So like yeah, a good 8 hours of that, but there's more hours outside of work than there are at work.
Right.
So we need to adjust how we live up to work and after work and not make work be that big of a drainer to our entire day. Like that you can't let
Mhm.
that consume you. You have to because it can't that would consume my mindset and I wouldn't do well. I
Yeah.
would not do well if I allowed that to happen. But I get to
Yeah.
choose that. Curtis
Right.
was the one who really taught me how to just I remember when we would get in an argument and I would love to hold on to the anger and be upset and then I'm not going to tell him when I'm upset and see if he notices whatever the whole stupid shit. So he will immediately if I walk in a room and I'm angry, he'll know it immediately and he'll say oh, what's going on? What's with your mood? And I'm like, what? I don't even have a mood. What are you talking about? I love to be in denial
Mhm.
about it. And then he'll call me on it and then I'll say, well, yeah, it's because you did this or whatever. And then he would say, oh, well, can we talk about it? So at least I could apologize so we can move forward. And I'm like, well, what if I don't want to move forward right now? And he's like, well, I'm not going to waste a whole day being like this. Like, I want to
Right.
enjoy the rest of our day. So can we move past it? I'm sorry that that happened and let's move past it. And then we kind of just separate he knows to separate from me just to let me get it. Cause
Yeah.
what am I going to say? No, I want to hold on to the anger. Like he'll call me on
Right.
it. So I'm like, all right. So I just don't say anything. I go upstairs and then I'll come down and be like, fine, let's go grocery shopping. And he is very quick to like afterwards like okay, okay, let's go do something and he pushes me to see like okay, are
Yeah.
you over it or not, because we're not going to hold on to this every day and all day. And I'm like
Right.
damn, I like holding on to anger sometimes, like maybe I just want to be mad, you know. And he's just like nope,
Right.
life's too short, we're not doing
Yeah.
that today. It's
That's
true.
so funny. Yeah, exactly. Everybody, you can totally reframe your thinking, your point of view. Is there any situations you've been in that you're just like, oh man, I guess I could have reframed that differently and I would have had a different outcome? Do you hold on to grudges, hold on to anger? Is there ideas that you have to reframe stuff, like your point of view on
Yeah,
daily
I want to
challenges?
hear what other people do.
Y- Yes. And thank you everybody so much. We're 6 months almost right in. And I think Aaron checked yesterday, like 48 episodes, like a year and a half, but a year and a half and 6 months.
Seriously.
Um,
Literally.
so thank you, everybody, for your support. We really do appreciate it, even as
Yes.
all of our technical difficulties that go on. But this is just for fun for us, and we appreciate
Never a
all
dull
of you.
moment.
So again, listen, subscribe, comment, and thank you, everybody. Enjoy your day
Yeah.
and
And
have an awesome Monday.
if you
Yeah,
can go from instead of having a bad day, just have bad moments throughout the day. And that's fine. That's accept everybody goes
yeah,
through that.
a
Everybody has
short
those
moment.
bad moments. But don't
Yep,
let it be the day. You got to stop yourself but you got to it goes back to your childhood. You got to talk to your
mm-hmm,
inner child and be like, you're not going to come out and ruin this entire day. Cause
right,
children like to do that, but the parents have to say, hey, okay, that's unacceptable. Let's move forward. So us as adults can tell our little child self that wants to throw a fit and wants to be mad all day
yeah.
or be, you know, this whole world hates me today, mindset. You as an adult can go in and say, no, I'm not going to let that shift the entire day. I'll let you have your moment and we're moving forward. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Erin, have an awesome day. Everybody, thank you so much. And we'll be back in a few days. Bye.
Bye.